See, sometimes we are scared of studying the prophecies. Sometimes we don't understand, we don't want to fool with it, but we need to look into it. Because when you know what is rapture, then there are 7 or 8 commands God, Jesus has given us how we should live our life. I was listening to one of the professors at Dallas Seminary. He is an old man, and he lived by himself. So when they were in cafeteria, he talked to the president of the seminary, and the president, just in a normal conversation, he said, I'm going to stop by your apartment. I don't know when, but I'm going to stop by your apartment. So that old man will get up, cook his breakfast, clean up the dishes, dry it, put it up, come back, cook his lunch or whatever. He keep on cleaning it. And he did it about 2-3 weeks. And the president never did showed up. So one Saturday, so forget this. So he got up, had a nice old breakfast, lay around, slept on the front room, watching the TV on his couch, about 12:30. And he said, dang, you didn't come for 3 weeks, so I didn't know you was going to come by. I told you I was coming by. And that's what is happening to us. We all know Jesus said he is coming. But we're living like he ain't. Our life is in a mess. Our walk is not right. But I want to refresh your memories that he is coming back. Because thank God, I'm just passing through. If this is all in the world, oh no. No. I'm just passing through. And let's just talk certain things first. First of all, nobody knows when he's coming. I mean, several of nuts, especially them couple of jokers in Jehovah's Witnesses, had set the date and this and that. Listen to me. It's good to go to a prophetic seminar to study Revelation, whatever. I have no problem with it. But please, know one thing, no one knows. All right? Go to Matthew 24. Because if I knew he was coming tomorrow, you know, some of you will party all day today. I didn't say me. I say you. And some of you will maximize all your credit card. Don't look at me like that. You know, when we turned the clock and when it was coming into 2000, remember those days? Oh, Lord, some of the believers were praying, God, Lord, thank you. You're going to crash all the computers. and all my debt will be wiped out. And nothing happened. Matthew 24:36. You got to read the whole chapter, but 36 says, this is again in a red ink. I'm in a New Living Translation. However, no one knows the day or the hour when these things will happen. Meaning he was talking about what are the signs of your coming, this thing. However, no one knows. No one meaning no one knows the day or hour when these things will happen. Not even the angels. Like some of the religion, some of the cult. They said that, well, angel appeared to me and told me. Lie. When these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself. Only the Father knows. No one knows it. There are several, I think in New Mexico. I don't know the dates, but they had figured it out that he was coming. They sold everything and went on the top of a mountain, waiting for him to come. Let's not be idiots. He is coming, but we don't even know when. Angels doesn't know. No man knows it. Even Jesus doesn't know. Only the Father knows that. Remember that. Only the Father knows that. Only the Father knows that. Now, the word rapture is not mentioned in the Bible. Just like Jack and Daniel is not mentioned in the Bible. You follow what I'm saying? So people who want to just argue, well, it is not mentioned in the Bible. Well, I think the black folks will understand, especially black mama. Do you remember the word, your kids acting a fool? And you say, they act going, I told you not to go. But you do. I'm going to snatch you. Snatch meaning, you don't know, I'm going to. So that's what it means. There's a Hebrew and Greek and Latin. Forget all this. It means to snatch. You know, you watch the Animal Planet, Animal Kingdom. You saw there's a river over there, there's a fish over there, there's an eagle over there. There's a big old red-tailed hawk or something. There's a little rabbit. So God is going to snatch you. That's what word rapture means. Now people always want to argue, say, Pastor, you always talk about commandos for Christ. The devil is defeated. We are more than conquerors. So you mean to tell me you believe in escaping? Yes. What you going through now, what I'm going through now, the test and the trials and all the troubles, that's the enemy. But when I am talking about the wrath of God, see, that is our problem. We want to specialize only in some areas of the gospel. But it's like an orange. You peel an orange, you take one slice and say, oh, this is orange. No, it's a part of it. You cannot talk about the love of God without mentioning the wrath of God. So when we say that right now is the devil, Paul says a door of opportunity was open unto me, but there are many adversities, lot of opposition. That is fine. But we are talking about during that time when it is God's wrath pour out upon us. So we need to know that God has not appointed me, you, unto wrath. Go to 1 Thessalonians. First Thessalonians, let us see. 5 and 9. For God chose to save us through our Lord Jesus Christ, not to pour out his anger upon us. Christ died for us so that whether we are dead or alive, when he returns, we can live with him forever. So encourage each other, build each other up, just as you are already doing. Let me tell you something. How will it encourage you when I come to you and say, you know what, one of these days, God is going to pour all his wrath on you? How much encouragement would you be? No. But if I tell you, God is love, he loves you, and he is going to take you out before he punishes. Now that will bless you. That will encourage you. All right? Let's read some of the scriptures. Let's just go to our favorite one, John 14. Thank you, Lord. Now, Jesus was talking to them. He said, you know, I'm going to go. And this joker said that, wait a minute. If you go, who's going to feed us? Especially Peter. We done left everything. I let my business go. And what will happen to us? I mean, they were sorry. They were afraid. They were fearful. My God, you took care of us all this time. You taught us. So their hearts were heavy. So Jesus said, don't let your heart be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. There is more than enough room in my Father's home. If this were not so, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? When everything is ready, I will come, get you, so that you will always be with me where I am, and you know the way to where I am going. Remember one thing, it is always God's desire to be with us. That's the bottom line. From Genesis to Revelation, God always wants to meet with us. The word tabernacle in a book of Exodus. It is called the meeting place. And it says, that's the place where I will meet with you, not you will meet with me. God always wants to fellowship with us, but here he says that forever, all the time. This is what Jesus said. Okay, go to 1 Corinthians 15. Now, let me talk to you. Sometimes, even we Christians do not understand death. And do you remember during Passion Week, and especially on Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday, one word I always said, bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ. Did you remember that? I emphasize bodily resurrection of Jesus Christ. You must understand bodily resurrection, not spiritual, bodily. So when you understand that, we need to know what happens to a child of God when he dies. This is primary, but I still need to bring it to you so we can put all these dots and connect them together. 2 Corinthians 5, it says, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Okay? So, your body goes to the ground. Dust to dust, dirt to dirt, ashes to ashes. Your body goes down in the dirt. But the real person is in the presence of God. So when a child, again, I'm talking to the children of God. When a person who knows Jesus goes, the body remains here. And even some Christians believe, man, when I die, just throw me away. You know, I had taught on that. No. He's a God of your spirit, soul, and body. Because some of the scriptures we're going to read over and over, you will say, just like he was buried, just like he rose again, we shall be. Jesus' bodily resurrection, I should have bodily resurrection. Now, 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51 following. Let me reveal to you a wonderful secret. Wait a minute. If somebody tells you a secret, it is no more a secret. So if you know somebody who runs their mouth, don't tell them nothing. But Paul says, I'm going to tell you a secret. Meaning, secret that was not known to the previous generations. Now he's including himself. We will not all die, but we will all be transformed. See, the reason Paul went through so much and he kept on going through. Read all the trouble he went through. He had one hope. God is going to raise him. The hope of resurrection. He kept on going. So he said that God will transform us. It will happen in a moment. in the blink of an eye, when the last trumpet is blown. For when the trumpet sounds, those who have died will be raised to live forever. Now watch it. When we talk about the next event, two parts. Because those always talk about we will be changed. No. Before we will be changed, something else happens. They are about 6 feet under. Talking about the believers whose bodies are there. You know, let me tell you something funny. So when in 1982, when my mom passed, like I have said, I was on homes, I was here. So my brother Satish, he had 3 little daughters. And so my dad told the little girls that grandma is in heaven. Okay? So they said, okay, grandma is in heaven. And it is our culture. Now things has changed, but back in the days, they will not let the women go to the graveyard or the kids go to the graveyard. And the tradition culture is this, that they will go on a 3rd day, whatever reason, like Mary did. And so, on a 3rd day, my brother and my dad took all these three little girls and went. And before they went, they say, girls, we're going to see grandma. And so grandma said, we're going to heaven? The little kids said, so grandpa, are we going to heaven? Oh, no. I thought you said grandma is in heaven. So they went to the graveyard. They said, there go grandma. Is this heaven? Do you follow what I'm saying? Because some preachers are preaching. Your mama ain't in heaven. She's in there. No. The body, the house, but she's there. Why? Like I said, 2 Corinthians 5, Paul already said, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Or if you just want to go the whole kabam, go to Luke 16. Luke 16, the story of rich man and Lazarus. You know, some of these messages I preach during the funerals and there ain't nobody listening. So I decided to listen to bring it to you so you can listen while you're still alive. So if he was to go, this is what I'll be talking about you. No. Smile now, come on. You haven't laughed all day long. That's your problem. You remember that story, Luke the 16th chapter. And there was a rich man. He lived large. Had a feast every day. Dressed royally, woo-woo, whatever. There was a beggar by the name of Lazarus. He desired, Bible says, and the rich man died and was buried. Lazarus died. There was no graveyard service. Meaning, the city dump truck came and hauled him with the trash. Read it. But Bible says, and the angels carried Lazarus, took him to Abraham's bosom. So when you die, you know, I have seen a lot of folks. I was talking to my wife day before yesterday. And I'm telling you, I have been at the deathbed of folks so many times. You all better listen to what they're talking. Ain't that the truth? Like Mother Jones last year. Huh? We went to what, 91st and 169, that hospital there. And Cecily and I were there, and Mother, look here. Pastor Vanessa came to visit us. I said, oh, Lord. I almost cursed. I'm trying to be real with you all. Say you all too phony. Oh, hell, that's what I meant. See, you are too religious folks, but do you follow what I'm saying? I said, oh, Lord. So I look at Sister Leda, I said, guess what? Grandma gone today. Do you follow what I'm saying? And sometimes the Lord will send the one you know. So listen to old folks. They ain't gone crazy, y'all. They be trying to tell you, we so dumb. We so dumb we don't understand. Yeah, so angels too carried him. Angels carried him. And before you know, that evening, Mother John's gone. I said, oh, Lord. So remember, either you going up or you going down. But looking at, like I have said, I have done hundreds and thousands of funerals. I have never sent anybody to hell. But I'm very smooth. If I don't know where you went, I ain't going to say nothing about you. You have to watch me when I preach the funerals. If I don't say nothing about you, I ain't sure where you went. But if I know, hey, holler at me. Yeah, because everybody gone to heaven. No. And people always say that, well, if that's the case, what happened? So what kind of body they have now? You want me to answer you? I don't know. The reason being, see, if you don't know, just you don't know. Because Bible says, we just read, so when he comes back, he's going to bring them with him. Are we together? Huh? Hebrews what? 12? Huh? Now they have joined up with a cloud of witness. Now what kind of body I have? I have no idea. It is, mathematically speaking, scientific, it is intermediate. Whatever that means. We don't know what kind of body they have. The reason being, let's read. Okay. Again, 1 Corinthians 15. But let me reveal to you wonderful secret. We will not all die, but we will be all transformed. It will happen in a moment, in a blink of an eye, when the last trumpet is blown. For when the trumpet sounds, those who have died will be raised to live forever. So, that intermediate body, the spirit body, Jesus will bring with them, and they will get in that body. Same body. That's what I say. You black, you be black for eternity. You be brown for eternity. So be happy what you got. And that body, that spirit body, knows which house he came from. So he said, oh, I didn't like this. I'm going to go into this pretty. Shut up. You ain't going to do that. You're going to go in your own. So, do they have a resurrected body now? Don't know. But when they, after rapture, they will be raised with the body like Jesus had. Are you following me? So that will happen first. We will not be changed first. They will be changed, boom, then we will be. It's an order. He comes, they come, then we come. Three things. I don't know whether it is in here or in Thessalonica. But, we always talk about, let me finish reading. And who are alive, living, will also be transformed. For our dying body must be, well, he talks so many different things. But let me go to first, I'm looking at the time. 1 Thessalonians 4. Let us go there if I can nail that down here. Yeah. 13 following. And now, dear brothers and sisters, we want you to know what will happen to the believers who have died. See, Paul was talking all this noise about resurrection, the power of resurrection. And he said that, okay, you talk about we will be transformed, but what about the one who died? Who were believers? And understand this, folks. Everybody look at me. Rapture, underline the word, those who are dead in Christ. Does not include the Old Testament saints. It's a secret, the mystery called the church, dead in Christ. So rapture has to do something with the church, folks. That's why Paul says in Hebrews, when he talks about these heroes of faith, and then he talks about us. We got something better than they do. He said they desire to look into what we are, but they couldn't. So we got a better deal. So don't pray, oh, I wish I was with Moses. No, I am not. I'll be glad if I was with Elijah, so I can call the fire. No, I am glad. You know why? I'm getting out of here in a first load. I'm the kind of guy, I don't like to wait. If the flight is going first, let me be first one to get in there. I've gone. How many of you are ready to go? 2 of you. There was one guy in the Sunday school, he was teaching this Sunday school. And then when the Sunday school was over, the pastor came, and then he started talking about this, about going to heaven. He said, how many of you want to go? So all how the kids, they call all the kids in the front. How many of you want to go to heaven? Except one guy, Johnny. Johnny didn't want to go. He said, Johnny, what's up with you? You don't want to go? No, my mommy said, get your tail home straight. Before. He said, did you hear me? Johnny said, I don't want to go home because my mommy said, as soon as the service is over, bring your tail home. Dear brothers and sisters, we want you to know what will happen to the believers who have died. If I didn't know this one, it would have been hard when my mom died, when my dad died, when my bosom buddy died, when all these folks died. It'd be so hard. Yes, it is still hard. Don't misunderstand me. You be ignorant if you don't cry and don't hurt. But you know what overtakes that? I know where they are. I know where they are. That brings the comfort. They're not lost. We know where they are. So you will not be grieved like people who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and was raised to life again, we also believe that when Jesus returns, God will bring back with him the believers who have died. There you go. They're coming back with him. How can they come back if they ain't gone there first? So don't let anybody say, well, I know, I hope they made it. No, you don't hope they made it. You know they made it. You know where they are. But when he comes, they're all coming back. What kind of body, I don't know. But when they come here, we tell you this, pardon me, directly from the Lord. We who are still living, when the Lord returns, will not meet him ahead of those who have died. I done told you. For the Lord himself will come down from heaven. Listen to me. He himself is coming. He ain't going to send Gabriel. He ain't sending no Michael. He himself is coming to take me. No, you didn't hear me. The Lord himself will come from heaven. Now watch it. We always talk about the trumpet, but it don't happen that way. You need to understand 3 things will happen. Okay? The Lord himself will come down from heaven with a commanding shout. So first one he's going to shout is God the Father. What is he going to shout? Don't know. Or he might say, Jesus, go on, bring your bride home. Hey. He's not going to whisper. He's going to shout. God, Lord himself will shout. Second one he's going to shout is the archangel. 3 shouts. God, Lord himself. Second one, the archangel. And the third one will be the trumpet of the Lord. 3 shouts. Then rapture happens. God himself, the archangel, and then the trumpet of the Lord. First, the believers who have died will rise from the grave. Then, together with them, we who are still alive, remain on the earth, will be caught up. There you go, caught up, snatched, raptured in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Then we will be with the Lord forever. So encourage each other with these words. Do not mix up 2 things. Rapture is one thing, and second coming is totally different thing. So do not mix these 2 things up. First coming in the air, second coming on the Mount of Olives, when he will touch the tip of that mountain. But bottom line is this. Day before yesterday, it was what? Tuesday night, yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. After I left home, I had to go to San Francisco emergency to see some family there. And I was there, and there was this guy. Oh, Lord, he can talk. I said, how do I wind up with this kind of people everywhere I go? God, Lord Almighty. And Sister Lee wasn't helping me. She's answering. I said, hey. Well, you need to talk. I said, not with me. But here's the bottom line. They do want to drag me in his conversation. Do you think World War III is going to start? No. Do you think Iran? I said, do. No. I done prayed it. He's my refuge. He's my strength. He's a present help time of trouble. So I turned to him and said, do not fear. And as soon as I said it, nurse called his name and he gone. I said, good for you, boy. Lord Jesus, the Lord rescue my day. I have warned you, folks. I warned you on the watch night service. Don't be amazed. You're going to see some crazy, ignorant thing. Don't let the media, don't let some fools drag you into this thing. Hold your ground. You are a child of God. God hasn't forgotten you. He is coming after you. Before you go down, he's going to raise you up. So do not fear. Be blessed.